Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones. Today's topic: delusion is now being substituted for truth. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's take YouTube and other social media outlets as an example, shall we? And also, let's take Fox News' Bill O'Reilly as another example. Now, what I'm seeing in this country is truth being utilized as something as evil. And what that's causing, it's causing a rift amongst individuals in the media, like I said, YouTube, social media, and media outlets such as Fox News, to have to curtail their content in order not to offend certain races of people, genders of people. That's a problem. A number of us who live in this land of delusion, so we can hear information that makes us feel good, doesn't help your situation at all. I'm going to go to the YouTube environment. There are a number of us who put out good content. The content, particularly from the older brothers, like shout out to Brother Arlo Monk, and I Got Your Back on false flagging of your channel, Reg the Bad Guy, Brother Real Deal, and myself. We all have these small channels, but what we try to do with our channels is put out truth so we can help you learn about the real world. Now, the funny thing about putting out truth is that truth is always flagged for offensive speech. I can tell you right now, the brothers that I listen to, they've never gone out their way to offend black women or any other women. What they have done, along with myself, we're exposing the truth when it comes to behavior, what goes on, not just in our community, but in other communities as well. The problem is the communities that we are talking about really don't want to take any responsibility for their actions so they can continue to do what they've always done, and that is to be irresponsible. Now, when a brother's channel gets flagged because they're putting out the truth, that tells me something about the environment that we live in. And the individuals who are false flagging any brother or any sister's channel, number one, there's a jealousy and envy problem, and there's also an immaturity problem too. There's also a problem with you as being the person in our videos we are exposing because you don't want to correct your behavior. And I'm not talking about men and women specifically. I'm talking about what is happening in this country when it comes to media. The people who are flagging channels, and it could be women, it could be jealous men, and also who don't want speech coming from the other side because they want their speech to dictate everything. Well, you really want censorship. But not being able to speak the truth by exposing evil behavior, what does it do? It keeps us living in the land of delusion. This is why I speak to individuals in a professional way. Try not to curse. Some of my videos I've said some harsh words, but that's how some people respond. But what I'm trying to tell everybody who is a content creator, particularly on the small channels like mine, here's what you need to do. Start going for podcasts. Do blog talk radio shows. I have a blog talk radio show. I haven't done it in a while because I've been working 60 hours a week. But blog talk radio is a good asset. Get a 2 terabit hard drive. Reg the Bad Guy, shout out to him. He's mentioned that several times because you want to be able to save your content, because if it gets flagged, you can post it somewhere else. And don't post all of your videos on Facebook, because I call it fascist book, because I know people who post comments that don't go along with the left-wing ideological political standpoints, that'll get taken down as well. And this is what individuals on the left want. They want to control the conversation and the narrative with their speech. And this is what's going on when it comes to YouTube and other media outlets. Now, the smart thing that individuals are waking up doing is, again, they're creating podcasts. You can actually make videos without posting them on YouTube. Get websites. And in the black community, if you're really serious about it, form your own social media network. I started working on one that was going to branch off from my engineering company, Quality Control Inspection Services. I was going to call it Community, and I'm still doing the marketing on that now because it would be something very small, but we need an outlet that's going to afford us the opportunity to put out content without having a fear of being flagged. YouTube is owned by Google, and Google right now is calling the shots. Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook. So any content that they presume is hate speech, although it's true speech, it's going to be flagged. And I believe that people who are flagging channels are cowards themselves. Now, my channel hasn't been flagged, but I can't say that it will never get flagged. But for people like Brother Arlo Monk, who have never said anything controversial, brother's low-key, should not have had his channel flagged. And everybody needs to get over there and support that brother. He has 474 subscribers. Get the likes up on his videos. He makes great content. Support my channel. Support Brother Real Deal's channel. Support channels that are actually putting you out with truth, not what you want to hear. And that's the problem with a number of media outlets. They want to put out what you want to hear to make you feel better, but all you're doing is living in a state of deception, which deception is a lie. And when you come to my channel, Brother Arlo Monk's channel, Brother Real Deal's channel, Brother Reg the Bad Guy, even Brother Matt Coley's channel, and there's some other brothers that I listen to, Brother Guy King, what you get with us is positive input and output. And you look at the types of comments that are left in our comment section. Sure, we get trolls, but at the end of the day, most of the people who leave comments under our videos are relatively intelligent. The bottom line, when you have any social media outlet, you do have to be cognizant of what you are presenting. However, you should not walk on eggshells because somebody doesn't like what you are putting out. And to me, you have other channels that are still up there on YouTube. You have other platforms on regular network news like MSNBC. You have your colleges. They still have rhetoric coming from left-wing professors, but why aren't they terminated from utilizing their speech? That's because people like us who are on the side of the coin that our speech is regulated because it's bigoted to the left-wingers, we believe in free speech. And see, free speech is not only speech that you agree with, it's speech that you don't agree with. See, when somebody tells me I believe in free speech, but yet you don't want to hear the other side speak, that's not free speech. That's censorship. And that's the problem with YouTube. YouTube promotes censorship. You've had a lot of demonetizing of videos. I know a lot of my videos got demonetized. So you know what I did? I don't even monetize them anymore. I don't care to monetize them. That's why I did a video when one of my subscribers asked me, do you take donations? I don't want any donations. I simply want to continue to put the truth out there so individuals will learn what the real world is about and I'm giving you information that you're not going to hear from the mainstream media, just like some of the other brothers out there. And when individuals in the media and or college campuses who actually run the media outlets don't want diversification in communication and thought process, that tells me one thing about these individuals. They themselves, whether they own the company or not, are envious and jealous because there are points that they didn't come up with. And they believe that they can't make money off of serious content. And a lot of the channels that I have seen on YouTube, I call them calamity channels, laughable channels, because they're for entertainment. And entertainment and drama, particularly in the African American community, makes a lot of dollars. But the reason why I don't like entertainment, because it also makes us look bad as a community. We're all lumped into the same stereotype as being ratchet, and all of us aren't ratchet. That's why you form your own little circles with individuals who think alike. And I've said this a long time ago when I did the video on having a brown community. You cannot have a community when it's overrun by ignorance. And that's what you get here on YouTube and college and other media outlets. You have a lot of ignorant people out there. Even though they talk intelligently, they're talking from feelings, emotions. And what that does, that really clouds critical thinking in general. And at the end of the day, with this PC or politically correct culture, we have it in our mind that if we say something that's truthful, it's going to be taken as hate speech. It is not hate speech. It is true speech. You know, just like what goes on in politics. I don't have to agree with everything the president says, but I still respect the president as the president. I don't have to agree with anything that my boss says, but I have to respect the position that my boss holds. There's a lot of responsibility to certain positions. But when we as content creators produce video content that's actually telling the truth, and you have a number of jealous men and women who want to come and flag your content because they don't like something, that's telling me who these individuals are. They're very much cowards. And just because you have a subscriber, subscribers don't necessarily support your channel. They may like a video and they may never come back to your channel again, but they subscribe to that one video. A true subscriber is one who is looking for you to produce good content. You don't have to be up in social media and on the news, and you don't have to do podcasts every day. It's like making a record. If I'm a singer and my records are selling, I don't have to come out with new records every year. I just let my records continue to accommodate individuals who are interested in my music. And then once they've made their mark, I'll come out with something new. That's why I haven't been up on YouTube in a week. Well, first of all, I've been moving as well. I moved from a one-bedroom apartment to a two-bedroom apartment. I'm still here in Portage, Indiana, but I needed better space so I can set up my radio show in the spare bedroom in my business office. But the bottom line, what I'm trying to get to everybody is about time that we grow up and start accepting the truth and criticism. Stop being offended. Stop running to the man or the woman who's controlling the operation and tattling, because that's exactly what it is. If you don't like something that somebody says, don't watch it. But if you are going to watch it and it's pressing your buttons, well, that's because you're the one being exposed. And nobody ever said telling the truth feels good. The truth hurts. But it's supposed to hurt. The truth is to teach you what is really going on out in the real world so you won't come up disappointed. See, a lot of us get disappointed because we've been fed a bunch of lies and we're deceived. And when that happens, we get stressed. We become very dismal with our attitudes. Now, there is a lot of content out there, like Kathy Griffin, who showed a picture of Donald Trump's severed head. Nothing's happened to her. But yet, somebody says something that's truthful on YouTube. When that happens, that person's video gets flagged. So, what is it? Are we living in a society where we have a bunch of immature brats who can't handle truth, but they can go out and utilize their kid tactics to make their point? Because that's what we have. I just answered my own question. That's what we have. Because we have a lot of ungrateful people out here who want to voice their opinion, even if it's not true, to make themselves feel good. And you have to understand what's going on with the dichotomy of any media outlet. It's emotion versus fact. And when you're dealing with a lot of emotional people out here, no matter how many times you sit facts in their lap, they're always going to deny everything you say because it doesn't fit their narrative. A number of people who are flagging channels or who are jealous and envious people, they're like sheep. And what did I tell you sheep do? One walks into the slaughterhouse, gets slaughtered, another one follows right behind him. Many of them are monolithic thinkers. And why do I say that? It's because they all think with emotion instead of using critical analysis to actually extract empirical data or utilize investigation to get their facts. It's about making people feel good regardless of where they are in life. The only way you can really feel good is you have a diversity of thought. That's what helps you grow. And on YouTube, I produce content. Arlo Monk, Reg the Bad Guy, The Real Deal, Brother Matt Coley, Conscious Effect. You might not like the styles that are utilized with how the content is delivered, but the content is delivered with truth. It's research. And I know these brothers because these are the brothers that I participate with when it comes to interacting back and forth on YouTube. And Brother Guy King, I participate a lot on his Google Hangouts. And what we need to do as content creators, particularly with the African American male, we have to form our own allegiance. This is why black men, I'm coming to you with this, because we need to learn how to collaborate. One big deficiency that we have as black men is we don't know how to disagree. We're always ready to ostracize another person if we don't walk lockstep and barrel with the narrative that's presented by the liberal left in this country. And what we have to understand as African American males is emotion and jealousy is going to get us nowhere. Those are traits of a female. And there's some of you females out there as well. You have to understand that your behavior is being magnified as well, but a number of you females, particularly African American females, don't want to hear the truth about yourselves. And that's why you're flagging channels. Yeah, some people don't like the way Tommy Sotomayor delivers his message, but a number of individuals send him content and he just utilizes his own style. But again, if you don't like what he's putting out, don't listen to it. Become a creator of your own content. And for you trolls out there, see, it's easy for you to troll other people's channels because you don't have any intent on making any type of content. Either you don't have the talent to make content, or it's much easier for you to be lazy and criticize other people's content. By the way, you're not Cisco and Ebert. We're not doing movies here. And a number of you trolls don't even know how to analyze anyone's content because you're caught up in your feelings. That's why I always say trolls are cowards. And it's easy to be a soldier when there's no war. It's easy to sit on the bench and criticize those who are in the game. But when you get in the game and you get criticized, you're going to find a way to silence your critiquers because you can't deal with the truth. And I'm talking about you trolls and you cowards out there. So when you are false flagging people's channels because of what they're saying or silencing their free speech in the mainstream media and at colleges and universities, you don't do anyone any harm but yourself. Because life doesn't work around living with the false sense of feeling good. Because at the end of the day, the truth is always going to surface to the top, whether you like it or not. The bottom line is, how do you deal with the truth? Well, there are a number of us who do not know how to deal with the truth. We don't want to deal with the truth. This is why we live in denial, and this is why we are always disappointed with what's going on. Now, I'm simply telling everybody who is putting out content and who's in the mainstream media and or college that you must have a diversity of thought. The diversity of thought creates ideas. And once ideas are created, it's much easier to progress. Certainly there are going to be some ideas that are off the wall, but there are going to be some ideas that are straight to the point. But it also depends on what your taste is. And with social media and technology becoming larger, there's going to be a lot more content being created that you're not going to like. And it seems like the big kahunas here want to silence truth, but they want to keep the drama going. Why? Because drama sells. And it's okay if you want to make money on YouTube, but I'm just giving you my suggestion. Don't make money on YouTube. Take your videos and go to other venues such as Vimeo, Daily Notion. Create your own website and post your videos right there. Because if you have control of your videos and where you want to put your videos, then you're doing yourself a favor. See, you have to understand when it comes to any of these major outlets, they're stepping stones. And once you have an idea of what a stepping stone is, then you could take the next step to where you want to take anything you do. And I'm talking about career, life, and even if you're on social media making videos. There are a number of people who have had their channels flagged. There's some women who have had their channels flagged as well. And the funny thing about women subscribers, if they support what men do, they're ostracized as well. You see where I'm coming from? The people who are doing all of the flagging, all of the ostracizing are cowards. They don't have talent. They think with their emotions. They won't be anything. And it makes them perfectly happy to see that individuals who are putting out truth from their content aren't happy. Why is that happening? Because they don't want people who are putting truth out happy. Because it makes them feel good. Because their lives are in a tank. See, you have a number of people who want to criticize other people to make themselves feel good. And that's essentially what's going on here in this country. Whether you're on YouTube or whether you're at college or whether you're on other social media outlets and mainstream media. But the bottom line, you as a content creator, you don't need to walk on eggshells. There are other ways out. And trust me, karma's a bitch. Individuals who are false flagging videos, who are putting up false propaganda out about something that somebody else says, they will get theirs in the end. Trust me. There's always somebody looking at what they say and do as well. We may not see anything happen to that person or people who are doing it, but it will happen. Mark my word. So, one last thing. When it comes to video content, continue to make good content. Don't ever stop putting the truth out there. Because once you start putting out false narratives, then you lose your credibility. And if you use this platform and any other media platform to teach and keep people informed, you're doing your job. But keep everything positive. There are people who will support you. And again, shout out to you, Brother Arlo Monk. Shout out to you, Brother Real Deal, Matt Coley. Shout out to all the content creators who are promoting truth, not drama. And it's funny how videos on World Star Hip Hop, that channel is still up. And all these other channels that promote drama and racism, they're still up. But if you show the truth and you put the truth out there, those videos come down. Why? Because the truth will make a mockery of the buffoonery that's taken place. And of course, you have people who are very immature in thought, very immature with mindset. They'd rather have drama over truth anyway, because the truth will set you free, but the truth hurts. And a number of people who've been living under the guise of lies and emotion all their lives, they want to continue to live this false life. And that's what's going on in this country when it comes to everything. Truth promotes reality, whereas emotion promotes deception. Because when you're emotional, anything that's said to you regarding to your behavior is going to be taken out of context. Why? Because you don't want to hear it. Because it's affecting what you are doing and people are watching you. So any content creator who's putting out truth, continue to put out truth, but be positive. Because all you're doing is teaching. And that's the purpose of education. And when you have a diversity of thought, you and the people you're conveying your message to will continue to grow. If you're going to continue to live in lies because you don't want to be offended, you'll continue to be living in a state of evil and delusion. If that's what you want, there's plenty of it out there. But if you want truth, just remember, the truth will set you free, no matter how it's conveyed. And it's my commentary for this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show for this afternoon, Sunday, September 24th, 2017. You can tune into the 401 Talk Zone radio show every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Guest call-in number is 215-383-5785. And if you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality education. I should say so I can bring you quality education for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. Again, on this channel, I do not subscribe to controversy, emotion, and I don't debate. Nor do I participate in drama and or unnecessary bickering because it is a waste of time. It's counterproductive. What I do on this channel is teach. I don't care what age bracket you're in. Everyone needs more learning and improvement in their lives. So if you listen to this channel, I'm going to give you information that is presented from my own perspective as well as research. And the information is going to be realistic but positive, because when you have knowledge, you have power. And if you're uninformed when it comes to the real world, you're going to live in a land of deception and propaganda. And when it comes to the truth being present it to you, you'll be just like the cowards who won't deal with it. You're going to want to silence them. Why? Because the truth does hurt, but it will set you free. And if you have a topic, a new YouTube channel, or business that you would like for me to discuss on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, please email me at lej6521@gmail.com. And if you have a comment, please leave your comment in the comment section under the video. But make sure that your comments are pithy. No bloviating, pettifogging, or filibustering if you wish to opine. Now that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful to each other, and have a wonderful and blessed day.